Hi all, this is my submission for Code Basics Resume Challenge, QuickBite Express Crisis Impact Analysis under the domain Food Tech. So let's go over the agenda for today. We'll start with the introduction along with the problem statement, go over the data sets used, and then go over the analysis on 5 different categories. We'll end it with the conclusion part. Now let's start with the introduction. So QuickBite Express is a Bangalore-based food delivery startup which went through a major crisis in June 2025 due to food safety violation in partner restaurants, along with a week-long delivery outage due to the monsoon season. So this situation escalated quickly in social media, spoiling the brand's reputation and allowing competitors to take advantage with strong marketing moves. So the purpose of this project is to do analysis based on the available data set and suggest data-driven decisions and recommendations to improve the scenario. Now let us start with the first category analysis, which is the customer set analysis. So before that, we'll go over the data sets that we have used in this project. So we have several fact and dimension tables. We have the orders, order items, delivery performance ratings, along with customer, restaurant, menu item, and delivery partner data, which helps us do the analysis. The analysis was conducted across 3 different phases, which is the pre-crisis, crisis, and recovery. Pre-crisis is the phase before June 2025. Crisis is the phase the month of June 2025, and recovery is after June 2025. So all the analysis were conducted across these 3 phases. Now let's start with the customer base analysis. So we have a basic KPIs. We could see that the total registered customers is 108K and total ordering customers is 105K, which means that 108K customers have registered, but only 105K customers have placed at least one order. And active customers during recovery is 22K, which shows that only 22K customers have placed an order after June 2025, which comes as to the retention rate of 20.5%, which shows that we have lost approximately 80% of customers. They did not return after the crisis, which is a really a huge blow. And now let's move on to the chart below. So we have city-wise number of customers who order across all 3 phases. This shows that Bangalore has the highest count, followed by Mumbai and Delhi. And Bangalore, which is the base of QuickBite Express, shows highest customer count. And this is kind of steady across all 3 phases. These metros yield the most impact, whereas cities like Ahmedabad and Kolkata, they remain under-penetrated, which shows that there is room for expansion there. So we have other 2 KPIs, which shows average order per customer is 1.42 and average revenue per customer is 461 rupees. Shows that even during crisis or even because of the crisis, the revenue per customer, it didn't drop to very low levels. 461 is a very good average revenue per customer. So that is a positive point. Now let us move on to the chart on the right. So over here we have the acquisition channel based on a number of customers across all phases. This shows that organic acquisition channel dominate and it contributes to over 50 to 60K customers in pre-crisis, and it continues steadily through recovery as well, which is the being the highest acquisition channel. So if you see paid, referral, and social sources, they together form less than what organics count is. This shows that QuickBites has natural traction, maybe due to the band's reputation or the returning customers. So based on these insights, these are the recommendations that I've come up with. So first one is to strengthen referral and loyalty programs. So we need to motivate customers or existing users to refer their friends, so that if we could achieve a 10 to 15% referral boost, it could reduce or rebalance the over dependence on the organic acquisition channel. The second suggestion is to run city focused reactivation campaigns. We can divide the cities into tier 1 and tier 2. And the tier 1 cities which are already performing well, we can introduce repeat order offers to maintain the revenue stability. And for tier 2, which are underperforming like Ahmedabad and Kolkata, we can introduce first order discounts to diversify the customer acquisition base. Now, since the crisis is majorly due to food safety violation, we need to regain the trust of customers on safety standards. So that is why it is really important to launch trust building campaign. So these are certain suggestions for the trust building campaigns. The first one is Safe Bite Certified Initiative. We can launch a hygiene certification program by involving third parties to come and rate the restaurants for hygiene, and we can display those hygiene certified as safe bite certified batches on the partner restaurants in the listings inside the app, so that it gives the customers a kind of credibility for safety or hygiene, or and encourages them to order without worrying about the quality of the product. The second one is transparency and communication drive. We can share behind scenes video on customer stories showing improved safety standards in the kitchen. And we can also publish monthly hygiene reports for each of the restaurants inside the app to build confidence in the customer base. The third suggestion is Your Safety Our Promise campaign. We can offer money back guarantees or discounts if safety or delivery standards are not met. This will reinforce QuickBite's commitment and responsibility and ensure overall customer well being. The fourth suggestion is re engagement offers for lapsed customers. We can send personalized coupons or free delivery vouchers to customers who are inactive since the crisis phase to bring them back in and try to get them to order through the app. We can also send in reassurance messaging like we have upgraded, taste the difference safely. So we need to connect with the customers based on their trend, and we need to ensure or assure them that we are taking care of the safety crisis and we are doing things to improve from our end. So that is really important in gaining trust within the customer base. So these are the suggestions for customer base analysis. Now let's move on to the next category, which is the order trends analysis. So these are the basic KPIs for order trends, which total orders we have 149.2K, total revenue is 48.6 million. The cancelled orders count is 11.1K and average order value is 325.6. Based on the dashboard that I've designed, the average order value remained consistent across all three phases, which is a very positive point, which shows that the number of orders have reduced, but the amount that is spent on each order, it is still in the same standards across all phases. So now let's go over the cancelled orders rate chart on the left. So in this, the pre-crisis phase shows that it shows higher order values, but they have lower cancellation rate, which is approximately 3 to 5%, which shows that the service operations were stable in the pre-crisis phase, that is before the crisis disruption. In the crisis phase, we could see a visible spike in the cancellation rate, with some weeks touching to 10%. So this possibly shows due to the safety violation and reduced trust among the customer base. And in the recovery phase, we can see a declining trend in cancellations, signaling like things have improved, but still it is not equal to what in the pre-crisis phase. It is still higher than the pre-crisis phase. So now let's move on to the total orders count on the chart on the right. So based on this chart, we could see that orders were consistently high with averages of around 700 to 800 orders per day during the pre-crisis phase, which shows that there was strong and stable demand. And in the crisis phase, we could see a visible drop to nearly by 50%, which is a direct impact of the service disruptions. And in the recovery, we could see a gradual upward trend, not much, with orders stabilizing around 300 to 400 per day. This shows signs of recovery, but it is the orders are still way below the pre-crisis levels. Now, this is a table on or total orders along with the revenue contribution based on the chart on the right. So we could see that in the pre-crisis phase, the total orders were approximately 115K, along with a revenue contribution of 80%, which is our peak performance period. We could see a stable demand, high daily order volume of 700 to 900 orders per day during this phase. Then the crisis phase, which took about 10K orders, and the revenue contribution was approximately 6%. You could see a sharp decline. The operational disruptions and lower consumer confidence. This indicates operational disruptions and lower consumer confidence. And in the recovery phase, we took about 24K orders, and this shows signs of rebound. The revenue contribution is 14%, which is good compared to the crisis phase. So we are gradually returning, but it is very below pre-crisis levels. There's really huge room for improvement. So orders dropped nearly 65% during crisis, and it is gradually recovering, not at the speed or pace that we expected to. And revenue mirrors order trends indicating that there was no significant average order value change that I mentioned before. The demand, it shows that the demand decline is volume driven and not value driven. So that is it with order trends analysis. Now, based on the insights, these are the actionable recommendations I suggest. The first one is introducing predictive cancellation alerts. We can implement some kind of machine learning triggers to detect high risk orders, which can be calculated based on the time slot, partner availability, the distance of the delivery, and um, based on previous customer order data. So we could make sure that these alerts are sent to the delivery partner, and which will boost them to deliver the particular order faster. The second one is partner reliability program. We need to track and reward delivery partners and restaurants which maintain less than 3% cancellation rate or less than 5% cancellation rate based upon our standards. We can use this as a benchmark to categorize high performing zones and reward them. The third one is retention campaigns. We need to ensure and implement messages and be in constant communication with the customer base to get them out and start make them order using the app. So we need to focus on our customers who were very active during the pre-crisis phase and offer discounts to them to rebuild the order frequency. Now let us move on to the next category, which is the delivery performance analysis. Over here, we have the basic KPIs. The average delivery rating is 4.2, average delivery time is 44.4 minutes, and average expected delivery time is 38.7 minutes, which shows a 6-minute delay. And on-time delivery percentage is 36.2%, which is very low. And now let us move on to the chart on the left. So we have this city-wise average delivery time across the phases. So based on the chart, we could see the pre-crisis phase has the fastest deliveries averaging around 40 minutes and highest on-time delivery on-time delivery percentage, which is 45%, and strong delivery ratings of 4.5 plus. And in the crisis phase, we could see that the delivery time has shot up to 60 minutes, showing clear logistic breakdown. And on time delivery dropped to 15%, which shows the kind of impact that we had. And in the recovery phase, things have slightly improved. The delivery time has come down to 58 minutes, 58 to 60 minutes, but still on time delivery rates remain low. So this needs to be improved gradually. The recovery phase is improving gradually, but it is not back to the pre crisis standards. Then we have city-wise delivery patterns. Across cities like Chennai, Delhi, Mumbai, and Hyderabad, they have shown consistently high delivery time, approximately 60 minutes, compared to the pre-crisis phase, which is 40 minutes. So this shows that the breakdown was uniform across all regions and it is not isolated to a particular city or geography. Now, we have come up with the list of high performing delivery partners. So, based on this, we have the following insights. So, we could see that individual partner data shows that consistently lower delivery times of 26 to 33 minutes, even though we have the overall average as 44 minutes. This shows that individual partners have performed efficiently even when aggregated delivery times rose because of the crisis phase. So next is vehicle type. Our data set is predominantly car-based deliveries, uh, but we could see that car-based deliveries take a slightly longer time than the scooters or bikes, possibly because of the traffic congestion because of the vehicle. And then we have the employment type. Part-time and contract partners form a significant share of our database. At their delivery times, they are comparable to full timers. They are efficient compared to the full timers. This shows that the delay pattern during the crisis, it wasn't operational and not it was operational and not work specific. Shows that employment type doesn't really affect the performance of the delivery partner. Next, we have the phase trend. We could see based on the total orders count across phases that the order volume dropped drastically during the crisis, but it has recovered sharply, but still it is not up to the pre-crisis marks. So based on these insights, these are the recommendations that or suggestions that I've come up with. So the first one is to enhance on-time delivery. So we can introduce AI-based route optimization for delivery partners to make them deliver a particular order faster based on real-time traffic. And the second one is to boost partner performance. We could introduce delivery partner scorecard based on metrics such as on-time percentage, average delivery time, and customer feedback. We can use these metrics to top them and give them bonuses and recognition for top performers. We can also offer training and route planning workshops for underperforming partners. The third suggestion is to optimize vehicle usage. We need to make sure we are assigning correct vehicle to the correct order based on the distance. We can assign scooters or cars for longer, higher value orders and cycles for shorter routes to balance the speed and efficiency. The last suggestion is to strengthen crisis and demand management. We should maintain a reserve of partner pool, which includes the top performers, top performing delivery partners, so that in situations of crisis or surges, we can use them for data driven redistribution. Now let us move on to the next category, which is restaurant-based analysis. So we have come up with this table based on the revenue across all three phases, which shows that we currently have 20K active restaurants with averages of 7.5 orders per restaurant and 2.4K revenue per restaurant. This indicates we have wide partnership network but low engagement. The second insight is revenue is concentrated among top performers. Only a few handful of top restaurants contribute a large share of total revenue, and various restaurants in the mid tier they are underperforming, which shows that we have high dependence on selected outlets for stability. The third insight is cuisine popularity skewed towards North Indian and biryani. Most people order North Indian and biryani, and other cuisines are less ordered. So this provides an opportunity for QuickBite to diverse cuisine offerings by introducing several combo meal offers. The last insight is there is a positive correlation between ratings and revenue. The bubble chart over here shows that restaurants with higher average ratings like 4.2 or 4.5, they tend to have better revenue. So this shows that customer satisfaction and order frequency is directly proportional. Now, we have identified top 10 restaurants with these filters. These are restaurants which have cancellation rate of less than 5%, average rating greater than 4, and the highest total orders across all phases. So these partners have consistently been our backbone even during the crisis phase, and they have helped us to sustain order levels. And their low cancellation rates also suggest delivery discipline and fulfillment accuracy. And they also have high ratings, which reflects customer trust and experience quality. So collectively, this group forms QuickBite's core stable partnership network, and they are the reason for repeat orders coming in, which contribute significantly to the recovery after the crisis period. So, based on these insights on the restaurants, these are the suggestions that I would give. The first one is to strengthen partnership with high performing restaurants. The restaurants that we see here, which have higher ratings greater than 4 and cancellation rates less than 5%, we need to prioritize these restaurants and include them in marketing collaborations and give them intensive incentives, labeling them as loyalty incentives for their performance. The second suggestion, we need to support underperforming restaurants as well. We need to provide hygiene and quality training and conduct periodic audits, and we need to conduct feedback based improvement programs for them to help them regain their customer base after the crisis period. The third suggestion, we need to diversify cuisine offerings based on demand and trend. We need to focus on promoting unpopular cuisines based on the trend. For example, move on to the next category, which is the feedback analysis. So over here we have the KPIs. The average sentiment score is 0.5, average rating is 4, and total reviews is 27.5K, out of which positive reviews are 22.5K and negative reviews are 4K. So this pie chart on the left shows a major review is positive. Around 80% of reviews are positive, shows that customer satisfaction has largely recovered post-crisis. Sentiment dip during crisis based on the chart below. We have the average rating and sentiment score slightly dropped during the crisis, which indicates temporary loss of customer trust and negative buzz due to the safety concerns. Post crisis, the recovery phase shows stabilized ratings approximately 4, but sentiment scores remain lower, suggesting customers are satisfied functionally but emotionally cautious. So we have limited feedback engagement. Despite recovery, review volume hasn't scaled proportionally. A lot of people hasn't really come in to give their review or feedback for each order. So we need to make sure we are getting reviews from the customers, so which can help us improve the order frequency. So based on these insights, the suggestions that I would give is to launch a voice of customer initiative. We can encourage feedback from customers by offering reward points for each feedback, which they can claim in the next order. So this way, we could encourage customers to come in and actually give a review. The second one is to address emotional reassurance gap. We need to promote empathy-based messaging in communications, which highlight the safety, hygiene, and local community support, which is very crucial after the crisis period. The third one is to close the feedback loop. We could create something like a "we heard you" section inside the app, which shows that these were the feedback received from the customers, and this is what we have done to improve them. So that way we can assure that we are here, we are listening to the reviews, and we are taking action on the reviews. So the next is the conclusion part. Based on all the analysis on these five different categories, these are the final conclusions. Out of 108K registered customers, only 20.5% remain active post crisis, signaling an urgent need of reactivation campaigns and engagement strategies. Despite the decline during crisis in the order volume and revenue, revenue has shown gradual recovery post crisis, but cancellation rates are still high, which shows that operational, that is one kind of operational stress points we have right now, which needs to be addressed ASAP. On time delivery has improved during the recovery phase, but yet SLA compliance is inconsistent, which suggests the need for better route optimization and partner management. We have identified top 10 restaurants meeting the criteria. They form a key partners for long-term retention and trust building. Overall sentiment has turned to be positive with rising average ratings post crisis, which is a strong signal for improving the brand reputation and the service quality. So we need to focus on customer reactivation, operation excellence, and loyalty driven campaigns, which can help accelerate full recovery at full pace. This will also ensure quick bites market position. So that's it from the analysis. Thank you all for watching.